What up, what up, what up? So, I'm going to do a quick review today on my 2021 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. Man, I'm already messed up this whole video already. HD Custom. So, I'm not a Chevy fan. I'm going to start by saying that. The only thing I like by Chevrolet, to be honest with you, is the Corvette. Other than that, Chevy quality pretty much sucks these days. In the past, it used to be good. Now they're newer cars. They're crap. Everybody knows it. The Chevy Silverado, the 1500s, they are really crap, the new ones. They're giving all kinds of problems, transmissions, everything else. People are getting rid of them. I'm not a Chevy fan. However, sorry, the sun keeps getting in the lens here. So, however, they make a decent heavy-duty truck. And the reason I got a Chevy was because it was the best price when I was shopping a truck. Now, this is a gas 6.6 liter. I believe it's 400 horsepower. If I'm wrong, I'm sure y'all will correct me. But it's a gas-powered. And I really wanted diesel, and I kind of needed diesel, but I didn't get it, honestly, just because I couldn't afford it. It was so expensive. So this truck was $46,000. That's what I got it for. I own a dumpster rental company, so I pull a lot of heavy dumpsters with it. So I actually was curious to see how a gas-powered truck would handle the weight over time. So we'll find out. Right now I've got 15,000 miles on it. There it is. Got 15,000 miles, like I said. Mechanically, it's been doing great. As you see, the custom right there. But yeah, it's been great. So mine has backup camera. All right. Push button. Right. I use that. It has an electric outlet right there. Regular outlet, like a household outlet. I do use that. Has the spray in bed liner, which has been great. And I'm going to talk about some things I don't like about it. But it does have the remote to open the gate, the tailgate. However, if you have a more option truck, I believe you can lift it up too, if I'm correct. But anyways, one thing I will say about this truck, it's freaking huge. Like standing next to it, it was really high. It does not come with those step bars. I installed that myself, climbed up under there. Took me about, I'm not mechanically inclined. I'm sure it could be done a lot faster. It took me about an hour to do both of them. But I just did it myself. I was actually proud of myself. But let's talk about a couple of things I don't like about the truck. Right now it's really dirty. So because I own a dumpster rental company, I go to the landfill a lot, right? Well, the landfill all has dirt roads, and sometimes it rains, so it gets all muddy. So that'll bring me to the first thing I don't care about on the truck. But back to it being dirty. I wash the truck every single weekend is truck wash day. However, last weekend I did not wash it because it was pouring. And now it's supposed to be pouring this weekend, at least Saturday. Sunday it might be good and I can wash it Sunday. So these are the original tires. Goodyear Wranglers. They're a good tire. I have no issues with it. However, because I go in the mud a lot, I have to use my four-wheel drive, and these tires spin. I don't get traction. Sometimes I can get through the mud, sometimes I can't, depending where I'm at. People's yards, sometimes they live out and they have acres of land, and where they want the dumpster, it's all dirt and stuff. So when these wear out, which seems like they're sort of getting there, I still have a little ways to go though, I'm going to get mud, more mud tire, a lot thicker tread on it, or knobby tread, so I can get through mud better and not have my tires spin. But so that's my first complaint. I just wish the tires did better in the mud, even using four-wheel high or four-wheel low. I have that issue. I like the mirrors. Mirrors are big. It's got the lights here. Has lights here. There's a button inside that you can push that when you put it in park, These lights will all come on, which are super bright. They're on the other side too. It turns on the lights up there, which are pretty bright. I have installed, it will turn these on as well, and it will turn on the tag lights. And I have replaced the tag lights and reverse lights and headlights with LED lights. And you can kind of see the LED light right there. Super bright. What a difference. And with the headlights too. And it also turns on, where can I see it here? The cargo lights that are right there. There's some cargo lights. Lights up the bed. So anyways, at night when I need to back up to a trailer and hook it, I put on those lights, and really it lights up everything. So I like that. I've mentioned this before in another video I believe I did. It's taken me a while to get used to this front end. Like, I like the front end. I like everything about it. This headlight thing, it just looks weird to me, and I still haven't gotten completely used to it. But I mean, the truck itself, it's big, bulky, tough looking. But this crap here, I don't know. I wish they would have designed that differently. When I bought the truck, I was very turned off by that. But at the same time, I really needed a truck, so I kind of had no choice. And plus, I wasn't a Chevy person. But I will say I'm really starting to like this truck. I'm still not used to this front end part, but I'm really liking the truck. And like I said, they make HDs a lot better than their regular 1500s. And I'm sure if this was diesel, it'd be even better. I just couldn't afford it at the time. You can see I have the clearance lights, those optional clearance lights there. You can get them in yellow or clear. This came in clear, which I actually like that, but they light up yellow or amber. The inside's a mess. Forgive me, but it is a mess. And again, that's because I go out in the mud. As you can see here, for when I'm driving, I have LED lights there. That's where I have the plug down there. This is kind of rigged. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna hang it up, but I have those lights right there, and there's like a towel under it holding it in place. So kind of ghetto, but it works. It gets the job done. I don't know if you can see it in the window or not. So a complaint I have besides the tires. Let's step in here. Let me turn this on. Actually, let me close the damn door because this sun is killing me. So as you can see, I have got 15,987 miles. I do change my own oil myself. This truck sits so high from factory that I just lay up under it. I don't have to jack it up or anything, change my own oil, which is nice. I do that because I don't trust mechanics and I don't trust dealerships. Dealerships will rip you off and try to sell you everything under the sun. I'd rather do it myself. So this truck has a built-in, it goes by how many hours are on it when it tells you to change the oil. It goes by that algorithm of hours in the truck. I don't go by that. I change mine every 5,000 miles without fail. So I've changed it 3 times now. Now, when you buy a Chevrolet, your first oil change is free. I did let the dealer do that because it was free. Sometimes I wonder if they even did change the oil, but the other 2 I've done myself. The air filter, which you don't need to change this often, but I changed it every 15,000 miles. So I just changed it in this last oil change. And it was dusty. It still had more life in it, but because I go out in the dirt roads a lot or in the mud and dust is flying everywhere, I just said, let me change it at 15,000 miles. It doesn't cost me much. The oil change, like I said, I do every 5,000 miles. GM says you don't really need to do it that often, at least if you go by the algorithm that's in this computer. But because I do heavy pulling, I decided to do it. Besides, oil's cheap, engines are expensive. So I'd rather just go ahead and change the oil and keep this running as good as possible. I know there's an AC filter somewhere in this truck. I haven't looked for it yet, but I'll probably be changing that shortly too because of the dust and everything. That might be with the next oil change. So on here, this button is to turn on that power outlet that's outside in the tailgate. Traction control, obviously your emergency hazards. I can open up the tailgate from here, and if I push this button, it lowers all 4 windows at one time all the way down. Does not raise them up though. I'm an idiot. I just learned the other day on this remote control. So it has remote start, but I did not know that when your car's locked and shut or whatever, if I hold down the unlock button, I learned this by accident the other day at a restaurant. I did it. If you hold this down, it opens all your windows. I had no idea. So I guess I would know that if I read the owner's manual. Turning radius. I hate the turning radius. It is horrible. To make a U-turn on the road, a lot of times you have to do a 3-point turn. Matter of fact, I made a U-turn the other day. It was a 6-lane highway, 3 going north, 3 going south. And I made a U-turn, and it couldn't make a U-turn within those full 3 lanes, and it went up on the curb a little bit. And as soon as I did that, a cop pulled me over and said, stop me because I went up on the curb. He didn't write me a ticket or anything, but either way, the turning radius on this is horrendous. So I don't like that. And that might be common of heavy-duty vehicles. I don't know. I'm not familiar with them. I don't drive heavy-duty vehicles. This is like my first one. So that might be a common problem, and everybody knows about it. And every company does it. I have no idea, to be honest. The next thing I don't like, I'm starting to get used to, but I don't like, is this view. The front end sits up so high, the hood, that when I pull up to a car behind it at a red light, I can't tell how close I am. I can't tell if I've got a long ways to go, if I'm about to hit it. I really cannot tell because this hood just sits so high. I mean, I'm holding this camera right up to my eyes right now. And so I guess this would be my view. And it's hard to explain through a camera, but if you sit in this truck, this hood is so high. Again, I can't see how close I am to a vehicle. I don't like that. Brakes. When I'm towing these heavy trailers, the brakes suck. But that, again, that might be totally normal. Of course, I'm pulling heavy weight. It's to be expected. But I would think with a heavy-duty truck, because of the title alone, heavy-duty, they know you're going to use it for pulling. I would think the brakes would be better. But the brakes suck in this truck, as far as I'm concerned. I might look into when it's time to replace the brakes, getting better brakes. I don't know. Last thing I want to do is rear end somebody. By the way, in here, another outlet for the trailer braking. I didn't show you in the bed. You might have saw it, but this has a setup for fifth wheel and gooseneck, which is good because I'm going to be using a gooseneck on one of my trailers that I'm going to be getting for dumpsters. Right now, everything I use is the bumper. But yeah, hood and turning radius, those two things I don't care for. The only issue that I've had with this truck so far, and it's a known issue from what I'm hearing, is the radio. Sometimes the radio will just freeze, and I'll adjust the volume, turn it to full blast, nothing happens. It won't pick it up, it won't lower it, it won't raise it. It's a known problem with these from what I hear. It's happened a couple of times, not enough for me to get really frustrated and go to the dealer, but I'm sure that's going to happen. One time, and it's only happened once in the 15,000 miles that I've had it, I was driving and all of a sudden the screen went completely blank. The radio went off, no music, and the screen was completely just black. And then over time, after I want to say a minute or two, it like kind of rebooted and came back on. Never did that again. So I have a feeling I'll end up being at the dealer for this eventually. I know for sure before I hit 36,000 miles, I will take it to the dealer just to document it and have it written up in case it happens after the warranty. I'll say, hey, I told you guys about this before the warranty ended. This needs to be fixed. And if it happens, when it happens again, if I have my phone with me, which I usually do, I'll record a video. Because, you know, every time you go to the mechanic with a problem, it never does it there. So I'll have it at least on video. But that's the only problem I've had with this truck so far. I would say it's nitpicking. But the interior lights, front and back, they're LED. But they are not bright at all. Even my wife, who doesn't really care about this stuff, made a comment, hey, can you change these lights like you did the outside lights to make them brighter? I don't know how to take the bulbs out. I believe I have to pull this whole plastic thing off. I think it snaps in. I think I'm going to research that first. But if so, I'm going to pull this off and change these bulbs to bright ones. Like, it doesn't light up anything in here at night. They're really bad. And there's a pair of them back here too. So that's the next thing I will be doing. The next thing on the agenda. But yeah, they suck. And the last thing as we end this video, and I'll show you guys the engine real quick too. The last thing that I could complain about, but by the way, it has an electronic emergency brake. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I'm used to old fashioned. I just feel like this is one more thing that could break that's going to cost money in the future. Instead of an old fashioned, just push it down, simple, no electronics. The more things go electronic, the more things that break and the more things that cost money. So, the last thing I'll complain about while I try to open this hood with one hand is gas. Of course, you're going to say, Eric, you're an idiot. You don't buy a truck like this because you're worried about gas. And you're right. You are right. And especially when I'm towing heavy things. See, it's dirty. Usually I keep my engines clean, man. I swear I do. My last car, my Dodge Charger, you'll see my other videos, it was spotless. Every time I washed the car, I'd wipe down the sides, the edges, the engine, kept it clean. But this one, I'm in the dirt so much. I mean, I'd be washing it every day or wiping it down. So I said, the heck with it. I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to worry about it. But there's the engine. Like I said, I believe it's 6.6 liter V8, 400 horsepower. I couldn't tell you what the torque is. Air filter here. And man, let me tell you, it's got a lot of screws. It's 1, 2, 3 just here. There's over here, there's like 2. Over here, there's 1, and over here is like 3. Man, it took me forever to change a stupid air filter. There were so many screws. But anyways, gas. Man, this thing sucks gas. God, she's thirsty. It was late night and she was thirsty. But can't help that. It's got a big engine. It's a big truck. And let me tell you, when you stomp on this gas, man, it goes. For a big, heavy truck, it goes. I'm impressed with that. But yeah, the gas, God, now the way gas prices are, I've been putting 87 octane, and I want to do 89. The owner's manual says 87 is fine. Doesn't matter. But just, I don't know. I prefer to put 89. But I've only been putting 87 because of the prices. And when I let it get empty, it's about $90 to fill up. And it just goes through gas pretty good. I've been doing okay now the last 2 months because it's winter time. I would say last month and a half, because it's winter time, and for dumpster rentals, that is the slow time of the year. I still have rentals, but we're slow. So if all my dumpsters, this is one of my dumpsters, if all my dumpsters were this small, I wouldn't have to worry too much about gas, but they're not. This is my small dumpster. So it does very well though for a gas powered. It pulls good. I cannot complain. I have been to driveways in the backcountry roads here in Alabama, and they've been steep driveways. It pulls it out with no problem. You know, I'm curious to see how long and how well a gas engine will last. This is kind of like a test that I'm doing, because you should use diesel, right? It lasts longer. But I'm going to see how well a gas-powered truck will do with pulling all this stuff. 15,000 miles right now. It's been great. But like I said, I change the oil religiously every 5,000 miles. Oil's cheap. Engines are not. I change my air filter at 15,000 miles. I take care of it. I mean, it doesn't look like it because it's dirty. I didn't wash it last weekend, and today is Thursday. So it's been almost 2 weeks I haven't washed it. Hopefully this weekend I will wash it by Sunday if the rain clears out Saturday, which it's supposed to. It's a cold front coming through. So this will look nice. This is the first car or truck that I have that I do not put Armor All on the tires, make it nice and shiny. Not Armor All, but silicone. Make them nice and shiny, because within a day I'm at the garbage landfill and it's all gone. So it's just a waste of money. But look how big this damn thing is. I mean, it really is big. Like, I didn't realize it. I bought it online without even seeing it. I just bought it, did everything online, went to pick it up. And when I got in it, I was like, holy crap. Even these doors are they're massive. They're such big doors. I probably sound stupid, but it's true. I've never had a truck this big. And it sits so high. Like I said, I had to put these step bars because it was such a hassle to get in. without them, and my wife was really struggling. So, I mean, when I change the oil, I just get on the floor and roll up under there. It's got plenty of room. Honestly, I could lay down there and I think the whole truck could just roll over me if I stayed right in the middle and it wouldn't touch me. I mean, it's just ridiculous how high this thing is, but I love it. I'm not complaining. I love it. It's like a man's truck, right? But I am going to change those tires. When the time comes, I'll put bigger ones. But anyways, that is a quick review of this truck. If you have any questions, you're thinking about getting one and you want to ask me, just send me a message. I'm probably going to be getting a second one this 2022 because the business is growing. However, I only bought it in 4 doors like this, number one, because I like the room, but number two, because this is the only car I have. So not only do I use it for business, but when I'm not working, this is what I use. However, we just bought a brand new 2022 Honda Civic that we are picking up in 2 days. So this will not be our only vehicle anymore. And we did that because, well, number one, we need a second vehicle when I'm not here if she needs a vehicle. But number two, when we go places, we don't have to take this now and put as many miles on it and also waste as much gas. So I'll be doing a video within a couple of days on the Civic when we go pick it up on Saturday. But like I said, oh yeah, so when I get a second truck like this one, it'll probably be another Chevrolet, I'm guessing, just because of the prices. I won't be getting the 4-door. I'll probably get that little, either, I don't know what it's called, a little extended cab with just a little space in the middle, because there are things that I need to put back there for the business. Like in the back, I keep cones, the chocks for the wheels. I have straps and stuff like that I keep in here. But back here, I have to clean this out. As you see, I do a lot in here. I have this in case I ever get a flat tire, pumps it up. And it's also got some kind of green stuff in there, kind of like a fix-a-flat that'll fill up your tire. I have some toe straps under that front seat. Then under here, there's like a jack. There's some other stuff. So I do have stuff that I need. So I do need a truck with like this, just a little extended back part. So it'll be a little cheaper than this truck, I assume. And that'll probably be the next one I get. So anyways, that's that. Hope you enjoyed this review. I have some more stuff coming if you'd like to subscribe. Obviously, this is a small channel, as you can see, but I try to have fun with it. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, take care and be safe.